Shannon, who wins and what is the score for this one?
I'm going to take the Saints. I'm going to say the Saints.
Other issue, Brandon, is this. I have to give Brady credit. He's been exceptional this year, except for against New Orleans. Show the numbers. Can we just put it side by side if we could real quick? Those 2 games against New Orleans, I mean, that's 25% of his total sacks for the year. That's 40% of his total interceptions for the year. His passer rating is nearly halved. Like, it's somewhat remarkable how great the Saints were against Tom, and equally remarkable how, statistically speaking, Brandon, how great he was against everybody else. That would really, really concern me if I were a Bucks fan this weekend, because, Brandon, I don't know why that's going to change this weekend.
Lombardi Trophy is headed to one Patriot place.
But they have been embroiled in controversy and, in Tom Brady's case, in court ever since. An NFL investigation found that some of the footballs the Patriots used in that game were not at the proper air pressure level. And it asserted that Brady was at least generally aware of a scheme to take the air out of the ball to give him a better grip. The Patriots angrily disputed the findings, but the league slapped Brady with a 4-game suspension and the team with the loss of 1st and 4th round draft picks and a $1 million fine.
Reluctantly, I'm going to accept what he has given to us and not continue this dialogue and rhetoric.
The Patriots chose not to fight their punishment, but Brady took the league to court last summer. Fairly during the investigation and punishment process. He vacated the suspension just days before the 2015 season began, and Brady did not miss a game. But the league appealed, and in early March, a 3-judge panel at the hearing struck a tone that sounded far less sympathetic to Brady. The judges repeatedly asked about Brady destroying his phone while the investigation was ongoing. One judge called the evidence of ball tampering compelling, if not overwhelming. While the judges deliberated, the NFL went on with its offseason, with the immediate future of one of its greatest players very much in question.
For the last 20 years, I've been playing football this time of year, and it feels good to be able to do that again.
Because I just
put
want
it
to
back up.
say,
Here comes
put
the
the
music.
graphic up again, please. Here's what it says. I'm going to read you every word on the screen. Tom Brady, 2020 season includes playoffs versus Saints versus the rest. That's all the graphic says. Now, it is up to the audience. Okay. I would imagine if they're watching this show, they know they played in week 1. Additionally, you know what it also doesn't say? The Saints, Michael Thomas was banged up when they played a second.
So, in the end, I will bet you no cases of Diet Dew on this because I don't love it. The only thing I love about this game, for me, is Tom Brady. Period. End of story. He's 18 months older than Drew Brees, and at 43, I still believe in him and his ability to outthink New Orleans. He's going to have to do it with mind more than body.
Body, right.
And I'm going to bet on him with all my pride, 31-30.
Okay.
Defense. Cook knows that the story of the day was the Saints turning the ball over and the Bucks taking advantage. It's Brady to Leonard Fournette. That ties it at 20, and Cook knows what a huge mistake it was. And here comes another, Dan, and clearly miscommunication.
Yeah, they're trying to really get vertical routes out of the backfield. Alvin Kamara is trying to go up that pass, but it's a great job of Devin White at linebacker, just playing with zone eyes on the quarterback and no wasted movement. Breeze goes to make that throw, and it's like a shot out of a cannon, triggered by Devin White, a huge interception.
And again, the Bucks are in business. Off the turnover, Brady converts himself. Referee's not giving him a high five, but Brady had everything else he wanted. Bucks take a 30-20 lead, and now the Saints in desperation time in the final 4 minutes. It's tipped, it's picked, it's over. In what probably was his final game as an NFL quarterback, one of the great players in history, Drew Brees throws 3 interceptions. Tom Brady, 3 total touchdowns, and the Buccaneers go on to win. So Tampa, Tom, as mentioned, be playing in his 14th conference championship game, 7 more than Joe Montana, who was second on the list. Montana, like Brady, left his home team and then got the Chiefs to the 1993 AFC title game.
So this is where we're starting. All right, so here's the deal.
This is where we're starting, my friend.
Here's the deal, folks. Brady, obviously, was not the story yesterday. And he's probably had 15 to 20 playoff games better than the one we saw yesterday.
Sure.
But seeing Brady juxtaposed with Brees and seeing what a 40-plus-year-old quarterback is supposed to look like, a la Drew Brees, and seeing Tom Brady still just ticking along, not making any huge mistakes, in his 14th conference championship game, it's half maddening and half marvelous. Listen, Peyton Manning retired 5 years ago. Eli Manning retired last year. Phillip Rivers is about to retire. Big Ben, best I can tell, took Wild's advice, retired at halftime a week ago. And Drew Brees on his way out. And then there's Tom, older than all of them, except for Peyton, and outlasting all of them. It's remarkable. So I have to give the man credit. It is remarkable that he's still out there.
What did Tom prove getting this done without Bill Belichick? Because that was the big storyline heading into the season. Is it Belichick? Is it Brady? And
he proved everything. He proved everything. This was an enormous legacy game. I tried to say beforehand,
Brady had the most to gain in these entire playoffs, and he did it. He's going back to the Super Bowl. He bested Montana. Montana, who was 4-0 in Super Bowls, 13 touchdowns, no interceptions, and then, but he has Jerry Rice, and he's in a great system. He goes to Kansas City, takes him to the AFC Championship game. Brady did one better. He goes to the NFC, goes to the Bucks, takes him to the Super Bowl by beating Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers on the road. Brees, after losing to Brees and his team twice, and Aaron Rodgers is the MVP, and he goes on the road and beats them by outplaying them when it counted.
And wow. If you'd have told me 5 years ago Tom Brady'd still be playing, I'd say, get out of here. And when I saw his season end with a pick 6 last year, I was like, finally, Jason is dead. They put the knife through his heart. Nope, he's reanimated in Tampa. So, yeah, I guess I was wrong because he's still playing. He's somehow still playing, Brandon.
Hall of Fame career since I made the Cliff prediction. I just got to give it up. If from the moment I made the Cliff prediction, it's been 5 seasons, any quarterback who ever lived had a 5-year career and said, okay, I'm going to hang it up, and did what Brady just did. 4 Super Bowl appearances, playing the way he's played. Only 1 season really where he wasn't great. He was only okay at the last season in New England, which it does appear now was because of what everyone was saying, lack of weapons. Because when you gave him weapons, he was great when he needed to be. He proved that not only is he the greatest of all time, but in fact, he's been better than Aaron Rodgers, which I never thought was the case.
For 100 years, you'd be saying that this was the total success. We'd be talking about the Brady family who owns this team as the greatest group of ownership in the history of sports. That's who Tom Brady is. And then also you think about the Tom Brady effect. You think about the effect of losing 2 times to the New Orleans Saints. They lost those 2 games, and we continue to talk about you can't beat a team 3 times and, what happens when you play the 3rd time.
Good protection again. Pass caught. Touchdown, Fournette. Cook was in. Brady's going to take it. Touchdown.
He just did it. I stand down. He is the GOAT and the BOAT and everything else.